Hey guys, good morning. So I wanted to get a quick video out to you before I start my day about healing. And today I want to specifically address depression. Depression is the second most prevalent mental health disease that people suffer from nowadays. So if you are suffering from depression as we speak, you're not alone. We're going to start slow today because I understand depression very well, actually. I've dealt with it quite a few times on a professional and an energetical level. So, when it comes to depression, you have to understand the message behind the disease or the problem that you have, which you are not born depressed. Let's start with that. You have assimilated into being depressed to cope with the life that you had to endure for an elongated amount of time, or maybe you're still enduring that life because you haven't changed it yet. So, when depression happens, your body realizes that you are being traumatized, you are dealing with very low frequencies. So, in order for people to deal with low frequencies, they have to lower their own frequency in order for them to see eye to eye. You can't be a happy camper and dealing with a negative situation because you're not going to be on the same vibration. And, coaches out there and sugarcoating people, please stay away. This is an honest talk. I'm not here to give people painkillers. I'm here to solve the problem. By the way, guys, I forgot to say that I'm a shamanic healer and a Reiki healer and also a divinator. So I'm focusing specifically today on the spiritual aspect of depression. The spiritual aspect of depression says that your soul is rejecting the kind of life that you're living. Emotions are energies, and energies are never destroyed. You cannot destroy an emotion. So whenever people suppress their emotions that they want to feel towards a certain situation or the kind of life that they want to have, and they're forced to have another life for a long period of time, what happens is your body starts helping you by adapting to that situation. So it starts decreasing the happy hormones in your brain and kind of slowing down all the functions in your body to match the current frequency that you're living in. Your soul doesn't like that because your soul is on a much higher frequency. So when emotions don't disappear, they get trapped in the body, and that's why you notice that many depressed people have inflammation. Okay, so even though you're not eating as much, you might not be eating as much, your body is really inflamed because you've got a lot of trapped energy under your skin. So how can we now move from a place of shrinking our own needs to survive to a place of, first of all, the first step is getting the suppressed emotions out of your body. And then the second step is going to be changing the situation that you're in to place yourself in a place where you are happy, to place yourself in a life where you are fulfilled. And that's not impossible. You can choose that kind of life if you understand reality shifting. The first step of untrapping the emotions is expressing yourself on all levels. It doesn't matter if you're an artist or not. It doesn't matter how much you can do, or if you can paint, or if you can sing. You still have to do these things regardless, because this is your way of telling your soul that, hey, I hear you, I see you. So start visually, auditorily, tactively, expressing yourself. Use all of your senses. Use your body, use your hearing, use your eyes, use your ears, everything. So the physical part of untrapping emotions and starting to heal yourself starts with detoxing your body. So you definitely have to change your diet. The less cooked food you eat, the better off you are. The less processed. Try eating fresh food that's literally out of nature. That's the highest frequency because this food hasn't been messed with. It hasn't been chopped and cooked and seasoned, and all of these things lower the frequency of the food because it comes from nature, it comes straight from the ground. So if you can eat fresh food, if you can kind of lower the amount of meat that you eat, that's really going to help you. Meat is extremely difficult to digest. That's why back in the day, when people lived in their normal habitat, the forests, they didn't eat as much meat. They only ate meat when they hunted or found something to prey on. So, drinking water is definitely essential. Water helps move the emotions in your body. So, if the emotions are trapped and you are depressed, you're going to find that you're less likely to drink water because you're actually trying to die. Depressed people, your soul wants to exit this physical realm. So, it's actually working against you at this point. So, you're going to have to reforce your soul to want to come back to the physical realm. And one way you can do that is by drinking as much water as you can. Shamanic dance is very important. Google those rituals or check them out on YouTube. Those rituals really help in untrapping the emotions. Sufi dancing as well, the dervishes, that kind of dance is very helpful for untrapping suppressed emotions. Singing, screaming in your pillow, crying, obviously, while doing all of that, you have to work on breath work, so make sure you're not running out of breath. You can heal yourself by using water and breath. So the more water you drink while you're untrapping suppressed emotions, and the more you breathe in, the better of a chance you give yourself to facilitate the exit of those suppressed emotions. Now, let's talk about the emotional part, because healing happens, as we said before, on 3 different levels. You have to heal the physical, you have to heal the emotional, and you have to heal the intellectual body. Those are 3 different bodies, and they're all coexisting to help give you the physical life that you have on earth. So when we talk about the emotional, one thing that really helps is using the 3rd person scenario, which means a lot of times people cannot solve issues with other people, or they cannot understand why it happened, especially if you have low emotional intelligence because you lived in a traumatizing environment where you were not encouraged to express your emotions and you did not learn healthy emotions. So you have to start using the 3rd person scenario, which means write the story that happened between you and another person as if you're not part of the story, as if you are an observer looking at that story from the outside. That disconnects your subconscious brain, and that actually kills the need to defend yourself, so you start seeing the situation and the people for who they are and what it is. So that's definitely really helpful for the emotional body. The second one is writing letters and recording voice clips to people that you were not able to get closure from, and rehearing. So if you record a voice clip to someone that you're not able to get closure from and then go back and listen to it, you're actually tricking your brain into thinking that you have had this conversation with this person, because your brain doesn't know the difference. Your brain does not understand the difference. It's like a machine, basically. It doesn't have emotions. Okay, you have emotions because you have an emotional body, but your brain is purely intellectual. It's like a machine. So the second way you can heal emotionally is by getting closure. And one thing I want to clarify about closure is many people stay stuck in their situations and they never heal from traumas that they have with people specifically, because they are waiting for that person to acknowledge their mistake, or apologize, or even come clean and rework the relationship. That's how you're gonna literally keep yourself trapped. So you have to get emotional closure. It does not matter if you want to go back to the relationship or not. It does not matter if this person admits to their mistakes or not. You still have to give yourself emotional closure regardless. Moving on to the last aspect, which is the mental. When it comes to the mental, as we said before, the brain is a machine. So every time that machine starts rambling like crazy because you've been used to overthinking helps you feel like you are in control. One of the things that happen when people get traumatized is that they lose their sense of control over the situation. And so they start developing overthinking as a defense mechanism to make themselves feel like they're in control. And the only way you can work on the mental part, in my opinion, is to stop it before it happens. So I'm not telling you to ignore your thoughts, but when you start overthinking, you're actually not being constructive in any way, and you're not helping yourself nor the situation. So what you need to do at that point is you need to walk or physically exercise to decrease the energy in the crown chakra. When you're overthinking, the energy up here is going like crazy. And if you don't know what the crown chakra is, if you don't understand the chakra system, it's worthwhile to do a 5-minute search about it. That's really going to help you. We'll talk about it maybe another day. But whenever your crown starts being overactive, you have to deactivate it by physically moving. So the best way to do it is to physically move in nature. Go out, take a walk in nature. Another thing you can do is, if you cannot take a walk in nature, let's say you're trapped at work and you can't go anywhere, focus on visualizing yourself in a different reality, so you can actually reality shift. As we said before, your brain doesn't know the difference. So, one second. Okay, sorry about that, guys. So, we were talking about how to heal the mental part. So we were talking about reality shifting. If you cannot walk outside, then you can shift your reality by tricking your brain that you're in another dimension. So you can use meditation if you know how to meditate and imagine yourself in another realm. Or if you are not able to meditate, you can simply use a visual. You can watch a movie, you can watch a YouTube video about traveling to another country. That's also another way. You can use music to really change the chemistry of your brain as well. Music is extremely important for upping your frequency. Okay, and the thing is, if you're still in the abusive situation that caused you depression in the first place, then you are probably dealing with negative emotions that are preventing you from upping your frequency. So, whatever your situation is, if you have to still get out of a toxic abusive situation, do that. Okay, you realistically, you cannot raise a vibration while you are fighting the dark. If you're fighting the dark, you have to be in the dark to fight it. But once you get out of the dark, start applying these strategies that we talked about. The last thing I want to mention about the mental healing is, a big part of not having your mind overthinking is to put your mind to use. And how you can put your mind to use is, you can actually start setting some short-term and long-term goals. And I understand that your energy is very, very low at this point, but what you can do is set short-term goals like, I'm gonna, brush my teeth in the morning. I'm gonna take a shower every morning. I'm gonna brush my hair. These are small goals that really help people with depression. I recommend writing those goals on a paper and having that on your wall, somewhere where your mind can see it on daily basis. And then you can also use like a calendar to check off the things that you've already done. That also gives you a sense of personal motivation and helps you keep going. I hope this quick video was helpful. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye.